Hello, mateys. This is Scurvy Scouts on Pirates of the Caribbean film series. I'm just resting in about just 5 minutes, and I'm gonna say walking out for exercise outside. It is just 95 degrees outside for spring, and almost a couple of days is summer break. So next Saturday will be the May 1st. It is the summertime, the summer vacations. So my mom's gonna be coming soon. We make it up for let's see, we'll need the jamba juice with the smoothies. Mom loves the great healthy from the exercise. Her back is better. Her back is really better be good now. She's also the good back, and she knows of what herself happens. Her back's hurt to feel bad about for the last year, and she's figured that out, and she's squatting on it with her legs, and she was a sin squat, and she kind of bothered her friends, and it was yelling, or figure out like yelling and cheering, excited. I'm gonna assess would be just like I said. I believe you gonna have for the Baywatch once it's finished up for the movie, and thank you so much Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron, Alison Daddario, and the three girls, the three boys. You six is you one. You six all the best movies. However, be animated, and I felt sorry about my dad's what happened there, and my sister, my brother, and my last year in the June and the July 2015, and my mom, mother, and my mom Julia's left for the July 5th. And what is it about the conversions to make up introduction and decisions? And those are my brother his conversations, and Mr. Dory's videoing by Bella. Her friends is this figure out. It took good thankful as it looks at the thanks it looks about it, and eventually just gonna figure out say Google Dolls before it's too late for the last 9 years. Thank before to thank me. It's almost last 10 years. And Chris, Justin, Josh, Peter, Josh, Brittany, and bringing over her Crystal to bring her friends came over from for the last year. Keegan and her daughter Keegan was grew up for 2 years old. She was growing up at about 9 inches. Wow. She's almost grown. She almost grow up. She's growing. She almost straight up for her body. She was a association, elusive, and happy. I think the most I have. I think looks like it felt like it spectacular. Replace it, association. I usually have a really thing. Usually a really good note thing, and this is a good. It is good note how to from fight. And I just taught those kids on the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders on Fuji Junior High schools. I work for the lunch times from the library for Mr. Flynn, and Judy, a janitor, the custodian, and Mr. Sloss moved the another from another somewhere else to the high schools, and he was retired. Mr. Dave Sloss was I've seen the last 5 years, so I've seen the last 5 or 6 or 7 years. So I've been there about 2009 through 2011. Miss Lauren grew up for younger at about 33. Leif is still excited. She's hang out there for the kids, hang out right there for the students and kids, hang out for the volleyball-a-thon on 12 hours. He looks tired. He goes to sleep about in the morning to afternoon. It is the almost night, and I was walking around for food, walking around for upstairs in the hallway all around, and I just walked back around, and a lot of those are the people are just walking onto the class at the second period. I came downstairs into the commons, into the straight into the library, and sometimes a lot of the people in the room are taking their test about taking their test 1 hour at least. Mostly that I could about 55 minutes. Mr. Coleman, he was a good cougar. She's a big guy. She's big exciting. Yeah. I haven't noticed it about Miss Kelly Rochester. She graduated from 2000 from Washington State University. And she graduated, I don't think 2000, I think she graduated from 1999. And Mrs. Kelly Rochester graduated from high school from 1995. I was born. And Miss Lauren was graduated from 2001 from Puyallup High School to Pacific Lutheran University in 2005. And Mr. Coleman to Pacific Lutheran University too. Let's see, Mr. Baltazar. All of the teachers graduated from the colleges, college and universities, and high school teachers graduated from and a college and university too, and elementary teachers staff graduated from the from high schools to college and universities, and 4-year degrees, and the badge and Naval Academy Army Award, and we decided to came for the visit to work with the teachers thing for sophomores, juniors, and seniors, eighth and ninth graders, the freshmen, and the college who's working on like will be with professors is they're working on 19 to 23 for freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Um, there are a lot of big studies to do as laws of the bit and as much as they can. Big brother Jeffrey Ridgway, and he was graduated from the college things from 2012, and Jesse did notice about the for the college and degree. He has to at the job at the farm and the food services, and formerly at least formerly food workers, and Psycho Dad, and he looks Psycho Dad learns how to more get his job. Uh, he knows how to get her wife back. Um, he says he's sorry. He says sorry about his about her apologizing what was gonna happen about for the last five months. Okay. I hope you think about her whims about that her thing about Teresa's stuffs and computers, and then she was destroyed the victim and it evolves, and it thanks to about the fell notice about it, he wants to been back off in personal space, and she says don't touch it. It might get a break hers. It might get a break. He's gonna break her computer. He's gonna get in trouble. It's gonna get it cost a lot of money, and he thinks it is so because it looks about throw down the flowers onto the ground. He starts breaking on it. He starts breaks the stores, and he's into the work area and work business, and Uncle Larry and Larry is kicking Jeff's out of his business place, and he's escaped. He was tries to walked out and go home. He was figure that out, and Jeffrey bothered his her stuffs, and he didn't know about it. Didn't know about it as involved. He got her to give it the permission. He come up there, and Jesse and Corin got into the Melissa's house, got into the Melissa's house, and she says she says the George is here, and I think he's in a bar watches the football game, and and Terry went up there to her room, and then his came invaded with his recycling, with fighting, chattering, threatening, and intrusions intruded. Also to have a decline it, it's just mostly gonna have no one else is gonna happen there. It looks like about just a couple of times. I felt thirsty right now. And there's my water to do. I'm gonna feel thirsty. And Jesse is his best friend's corner and he works at the farm with his uncle Chris. His is to meet his brother. His got her home from yesterday, and then Jesse's what happens there for that his business guys in his truck. He starts trading. He's calling her traitor and betraying. He's apologizing. Whether I accepted to understand this, and I don't need to have to argue about it. So I watched it about the Huntsman, the Winter War is coming out for about Friday on Put Locker, and my brother, my dad, or Bella is gonna see. My family's gonna see it about the Huntsman from the Snow White from the Snow White and the Huntsman, and the evil queen, which is looks the spies on it and looks yellow, and she looks like the enemy, looks like about the enemy reconnations, we counseled, reformers, and Emily Blunt was started the Ice Queen, and the Warrior, Jessica Chastain as the Warrior, and Chris Hemsworth as the Huntsman, and a special guest star nominee awards as Benjamin Walker from The Choice and in the Harder Sea, and Kaz Goldwire as from the Score Trials, the Maze Runner series, and Dylan O'Brien and Thomas Sang Thomas Brody Sangster, and this is all these guys. It is I was gonna say I will have interested decisions how to get reminds me. Thank you for thanks to me, thanks to you. I felt sorry about my habits there for my brother, sister, my mom and dad. I was mad by my four of them. Alright, mateys. Don't forget to subscribe to content, and I was gonna say we'll figure out. So I was gonna say. Oh, let's gonna see. Well, thank you for again, mateys, and I hope we're gonna see you there. Toodles.